for I gotta have it. Born to survival tactics.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Warriors in Oakland. Well, for the Warriors, they're up there in third place in the Western Conference, very close to the position they were in when last season came to a close. And the success of Steve Kerr leading the Warriors, just his first stint as a head coach, Kenny, it couldn't have been a more perfect fit.
Oh, man, he makes it look so easy. He gives hope to other broadcasters, including myself, who's interested in coaching. I mean, you could just feel like you could just walk on and win a national championship or win a NBA championship. You could just win. Perfect attitude to lead the roster.
Well, what is this breaking news? Are you leaving broadcasting to go into coaching?
Without question.
Are you breaking news right now?
Steve makes me want to do it.
Are you breaking news right now? Are you gone? Because if you are, we're going to need your microphone and your blazer and your tie.
And your mocap suit.
This just in. Kenny Smith is interested. Breaking news.
That's not just in.
Okay.
Anyway, Ernie, you talk about Steve Kerr, a real coach, and a real broadcaster, I might add. He knows what to say to keep guys motivated. He doesn't get enough credit for handling all those crazy personalities on this team.
Yeah. They got crazy personalities?
Hey. Yeah, I ain't going to say no names, Draymond.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you, man.
Give me Steve's job, and he can take mine. We can switch for 1 year.
Because of it's very hard to reach over here and give you a real big hug.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you, too.
We're going to miss you,
Ernie's going to miss you, not me.
Yeah.
I'll invite you to the games, Jack.
I don't need your tickets.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Center position, 7 feet, number 15, Damian Jones. From Michigan State, number 23, Draymond Green. From Washington State, number 11, Klay Thompson. And from Davidson, number 30, at the small forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 35, Kevin Durant. And to hear Steve Kerr. Let's hear it for your Golden State Warriors.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
It's no longer a surprise. A couple rookies, Doris, who we thought would take some time to develop, are already contributing.
It's no question about it, and more rookies are being asked to play a larger role in their particular teams. And I think what you have to be struck by is the fact that we're not talking about 21 and 22-year-old rookies anymore, Kevin. We're talking about guys that have very limited collegiate experience, and yet everyone wants an immediate return. And I think it's nothing more than a sign of the times. Guys are dreaming about the NBA from the time they first pick up a ball, and what we get is the result of that.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in at the 3 spot. Now here's Curry. Kicks to Durant. And Thompson puts up a deep three. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Outside, George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Kevin, that's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Now here's Curry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. 6 to shoot. Durant against George. And it's Durant missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Jones. The Thunder making the shot. Right side, Green. Back to Curry. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And getting into the second part of November here, a quick glance at the power rankings. Let's see how everyone started out. Look at Oklahoma City. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And I think for Golden State, they've done exactly what they set out to do. Start strong, position yourself early, and then make everyone believe you're a championship contender.
Grant, nice persistence to tip it back up and in. Grant's got his first points of the night.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Back to Grant. Adams trying to free himself up. No good from Grant. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. It's a 3-point game. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
A pretty good way to start the game, right? The defense has to be more aggressive, keeping him away from that area of the floor, or it's going to be a long night.
Westbrook, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Now here's Durant.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's George. Outside Westbrook. Here's Grant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Warriors leading. Durant with it, providing around 26.5 points a game, rarely has an off night. Outside Curry, over Westbrook, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Curry's got his first bucket in this one. Thunder trailing by 3. You know, Greg, you hear that since Kevin Durant moved to the Bay Area, he's wasted no time making connections and investments in Silicon Valley.
It's interesting. He's reined in his endorsements by over half, but he's so inquisitive. I think meeting these tech luminaries and learning from them was part of the allure of the Golden State.
Now, here's Thompson. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Thompson's got 5 points so far. Thunder have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Well, looking at this Warriors team, some say the best offensive team in NBA history. Doris, would you agree?
I don't necessarily love comparing over eras. What I would say is they've got one of the best pure scorers ever in Kevin Durant, 2 all-time great shooters in Clay and Steph, and then Draymond Green, one of the best playmaking bigs we've ever seen. I'll tell you, they compete with just about anybody.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Westbrook kicks to George. Makes good on the step-back jumper. George has got his second basket of the game.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Golden State.
They kick it out to Green. Thompson looking for an opening. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
Paul George. First personal foul, team's first.
And here is Curry. He's got 5 over Westbrook.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
The shot by Curry, no good. To the middle, and Adams with the slam.
Well, the New Zealander shows a little hops on the alley-oop.
Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against Sacramento.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following Durant's three-point attempt. Ferguson, the pass to Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Well, this is something Grant does very well. Slams it home when he's got space.
Warriors have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Ball's knocked loose. On the wing, Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. And Thompson sends it back.
We know that Thompson is an excellent defender. He does such a good job timing shots for those rejections.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Schroeder's checked in. And so it's Golden State with it. Here's Curry, 5 points in the game. He kicks to Thompson. Pass to Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, George. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Timeout.
Schroeder's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting. Now, here's Schroeder. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Kings in Sacramento. Now here's Livingston. He's guarded by Schroeder. 6 feet out. And the layup is good. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
And Noel throws it down.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Back to Livingston. Pass to Jerebko. Clock at 4. 3-pointer. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Schroeder. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Shoots. They get it back. And Noel throws it down.
Look, Kev, he might have a wiry frame, but Nerlens Noel has deceptive strength. Makes the D look helpless there.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Diallo, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And that one misses.
Boy, certain guys, it's just a rough season, right? For Nerlens Noel last year, that was the case. Couldn't get any consistent playing time. And after looking to be finally on the rise, he takes a step back in his development. It's got to be tough.
Here's McKinney. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Looney. And he can't bank that one in. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. That one good for 2. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the game to go. And with Noel, it's hard as he turned down a big money long-term deal.
It's always the chance you take, right, if you bet on yourself. And the skill set there for Nerlens Noel, this guy is definitely a great defender. He's just seeking the right opportunity.
Here is Livingston after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Livingston, that's good.
I'll tell you, somebody on the defensive end has got to step in and try to get a body on him there.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Well, Kevin, he didn't outright say he was satisfied with his defense, but he did say that offense was important tonight. He told me numbers 1, 2, and 3 on our list are getting good movement, good looks, and making some shots. That's our focus. We'll see if they can make that happen tonight. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you. They're putting the priority on offense today if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, I mean, from the sound of it, they're not going to be using much of the shot clock here in the early going.
And why should they when they have such tremendous quick strike ability? Put pressure on the defense and keep it on.
And it's Schroeder missing. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Iguodala finds Livingston. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Left block shot on the way. And off the glass. That one's good. Livingston's got his third bucket of the night. Oklahoma City trailing. George looking around. No good with the triple.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered closely. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Warriors lead by 2. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
It was huge, no doubt, and it seems like they simply can't miss from downtown.
Jonas Jerebko out there with Looney. And there's Iguodala. And there's Livingston. And it's Cook in at the point guard position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Now, here is George. 23 points for him the last game against Sacramento.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Schroeder with the ball. He's covered by Livingston. And it's Noel missing. The Warriors leading. Cook looking it over. Livingston kicks it to Looney. Iguodala outside. Looney passes to Livingston. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Diallo. He feeds it to Morris. Schroeder, left side. Now the pass to Diallo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Court vision, Doris, one of those intangible skills. You had it when you played, and when it comes to seeing the floor, I'm sure you have people that impress you with the way they see what's going on.
Kevin, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have witnessed one of the seminal players of his generation and arguably the greatest passer in the history of the NBA, and that's LeBron James. I mean, this guy's ability to make any pass, to put a 50-foot pass on a rope from one side of the floor, maybe from the hash mark to the opposite corner, and put it in the shooting pocket of different players is mind-boggling. At the center spot, you've got the young and talented and pass-first center of Nikola Jokic. And then, of course, the man who, to me, for a 10-year stretch, was the best pure point guard in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul. And listen, historically, some of the guys I loved watching, Steve Nash, John Stockton, I loved Mo Cheeks. Listen, I'm very partial to men who want to distribute the basketball and who take special relish in watching guys score baskets off their work.
Here's Ferguson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. On the wing, Morris. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Jones checked in for Looney. Draymond Green comes in for Jerebko. Durant's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Felton's checked in. Pass to Patterson. In the corner, it's Felton. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Bangs home the trifecta.
To me, when Patrick Patterson is hitting from deep, it makes everything easier for his teammates. He has got tremendous touch.
Cook kicks to Durant. With the fadeaway. And the bank shot is good. Durant's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
Listen, Kev, this guy, one of the more reliable scorers in the league, night in and night out.
Passes it to Patterson. A three-pointer, no good.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter. I'll tell you, somebody fell asleep because the defense was not paying any attention to him. That's a huge blunder.
And here is Patterson following the three from Kevin Durant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it goes on Draymond Green.
You know, Kev, I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
And the first one drops. The sturdy Patrick Patterson, the 14th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010.
What you love about Patrick Patterson is he's turned himself into a three-point specialist over the course of his career. You know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get on the defensive end. And that is a multi-positional defender who's going to give you great effort every single time out. There's something to be said about Patrick's ability to adjust and evolve his game as the NBA has evolved.
Now here's Curry. He's got 5. On the wing, Thompson. Patterson defending. Count that bucket.
Well, you've got to mix up your looks and where you score from. And right now, Klay Thompson, the mid-range jumper on point.
Adams in the high post. Pass to Ferguson. Felton with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. Adams finds Patterson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Patterson's got 7 points in the game.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Thompson outside. Back to Curry. Launches it. And another 3 for Golden State.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Here's Patterson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Curry outside. A shot missing. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Curry against Felton. The pass to Patterson. Grant surveying the D. Inside, Adams. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Curry kicks to Jones. Curry against Felton. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. From deep. Another miss by Curry. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2. To the left wing. Here's Patterson. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 10.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
Curry passes to Thompson. Back to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 11 points for Steph Curry.
Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Klay Thompson, the 11th pick in the 2011 draft. If you were to do a redraft, you'd have to think he'd go in the top 3.
Well, certainly at least top 3. Kawhi Leonard and Kyrie Irving were both in that draft as well. Listen, what people knew was that Klay Thompson could shoot. Even Klay said he thought he'd be a 3-and-D player in the NBA and perhaps nothing more. You have to think about the athleticism and the work habits that have made him a more well-rounded player. But boy, Klay, big time player.
Here's Curry. Steven Adams making his last shot. Curry finds Jones. Outside, Green. On the wing, Thompson. Knocked away. Here's Ferguson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Thompson outside. The fadeaway, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Grant. Thompson against Westbrook. A 3-ball, lock at 6, and it's Durant with the rebound. Golden State's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Curry against Westbrook. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Patterson.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Westbrook against Curry. Durant in the corner. Over Grant. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Durant's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, it took him a while to warm up, but since the second quarter, he's on fire.
Ferguson kicks to Grant. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors leading by 3. Outside Durant. Shoots over Grant. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Patterson. Paul George comes in for Jeremy Grant. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. Thunder trailing by 3. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, what you love about Kevin Durant is he has established himself as a top 2 player in the NBA. But the reality is he's never forgotten where he's come from. His charity work, his commitment to the communities and to the places that have shaped him. It's really kind of cool, Kevin.
Off the inbound, uses the glass to drop it in. And that's now 10 points for Steven Adams.
This is Steven Adams at his absolute best. This guy is a high percentage shooter because he understands how to use his frame.
Now here's Curry, 11 points in the game. Here's Thompson, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And in 2013, there was a series of commercials calling Durant the nicest guy in the NBA.
Well, let's remember, Kevin, at that time he was a beloved figure in Oklahoma City. He remains tight with a number of staff members there just because of the kind of person and the kind of professional he was. What you love about Kevin Durant is he's a top 2 player in the NBA. But in terms of his charity work, he is right there as well.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. And here are the Warriors now. The Thunder making the shot. 1:36 left in the second quarter. Here's Curry with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. From deep, George. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D here by Iguodala. And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Iguodala, right side. Passes it to McKinney. And stolen by Noel. For the finish.
Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Curry against Schroeder. Now here's Curry. He's tightly guarded. A floater. A one near Iguodala as he lets it go. And again, no good by Golden State. The Thunder leading by 3. George passes to Schroeder from the arc. Warriors with the rebound. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Curry looking around. Pass to Looney. Dishes it to Thompson. He gets it in there.
Can we remember that Klay Thompson once put 37 in a single 12-minute stretch of NBA basketball? We know he can fill it up.
Westbrook kicks it over to Schroeder. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Steven Adams has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half. What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
We'll see how it turns out, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. A big night so far for Steven Adams. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possession. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone, as we take a peek at Coit Tower, the skyline of gorgeous San Francisco just behind. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. The forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's Adams in at the 5 down low.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Now here's Durant. 6 to shoot. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Durant's got 11 points.
Well, at 6'9", Kevin Durant has made himself a sensational ball handler. How about the ability to break down the defense there?
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
Now here's Durant, 11 points in the game, uncovered, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
How do you match up with KD? This guy is so good at taking what the defense gives him. Good luck.
Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. In the corner, George with it. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Kerr. Shot from 12. Ferguson misses. And if you're building a team around Westbrook on paper, Doris, how do you do it?
Well, he's a player, obviously, who needs the basketball in his hands. And if you look at a team like the Rockets, where James Harden is complemented by shooters and a rim runner, you wonder if that's the blueprint for somebody like Russell Westbrook.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for Oklahoma City.
And the front line carrying the load offensively. They always say reward the big men and credit the guards for getting them the ball and enabling these guys to fill it up.
Durant kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Hits the outside fadeaway. He's got 16.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 1-point game. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Thunder trailing by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Grant kicks to Ferguson. Outside Westbrook. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's the Warriors on the break. Green with the ball. And then Durant with the jam.
I think unselfish is a word that applies beautifully to Draymond Green. So good at sharing the basketball.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I mean, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Jerebko's checked in for Damian Jones. Livingston comes in for Thompson. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. Markieff Morris is checked in for the Thunder.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. The pass to Jerebko. Kicks it to Livingston. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Pass to Durant. That's tipped. Here is Cook. No points in the game yet for him. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to Grant. Outside, George. Fades. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Warriors leading by 4. Here is Cook for 3. Durant. Westbrook pulls it in.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Feeds to Grant. Puts it up from 12. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Green. Cook dishes to Livingston. Now here's Jerebko. He's covered by Grant. Fade away. Durant, no good.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Golden State. It's good. Westbrook's got his first bucket of the night.
What a finisher. Russell Westbrook enjoys taking on the defense in the paint.
Durant against George. Durant feeling it out a bit. In the corner, Cook with it. Off target from outside. The Thunder have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Ferguson the pass to Morris. And George kicks to Grant. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Very good awareness from Grant. Just the ability to catch and shoot. So important to his growth.
Timeout called the Warriors. Paul George is so versatile, Doris. He could play in any system, don't you think?
Oh, I completely concur, Kevin. This is a man who can create offense with the ball in his hands. In a secondary role, we know he can be a knockdown shooter, and we're talking about an elite NBA defender. So any team in the league could use a player like PG.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in, and then for Oklahoma City, Noel's checked in for Grant, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. Paul George with the steal. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Gorgeous. That pull-up jumper is simply gorgeous. Paul George rises above everyone.
Cook kicks to Livingston. Pass to Urepko. They need this. They kick it out to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Outside, George. Pass to Morris. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered by Westbrook. Now Livingston, 8 points for him. From 12 feet out. George with the defensive effort.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Wasted no time on that one. And now it's an 8-point Thunder lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
And the Warriors with some changes. Klay Thompson comes in for Shaun Livingston. And Steph Curry subbed in for Quinn Cook. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Now the pass to Thompson. Noel against Green. Kicks to Curry. Can they get it? Thunder with the rebound. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
The Thunder leading by 8. And the rejection by Iguodala.
Boy, the suffocating defense of Andre Iguodala is so important to his team. Really good job timing the shot there.
Curry with the steal. Pass to Urepko. Curry against Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Again, Curry missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
The Thunder with another miss. Warriors trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
To the middle. Here's Schroeder. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
Now here's Green. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Curry. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
The offensive rebound. Westbrook with a wide open look. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. The Warriors shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Schroeder against Curry. There's the dish to Thompson. And it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. A minute 20 left in the third. Snatched up. Noel. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Stephen Curry. Oklahoma City shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever assembled. Credit the front office, but the Warriors players still have to prove they are the best ever on the floor this season.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 16. On the wing, it's Iguodala, defended by George. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
How about Iguodala skying for the throwdown? A little throwback dunk from Andre. Go ahead.
Schroeder finds Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Down low, and slam dunk by Noel.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Curry against Schroeder. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Curry.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
Westbrook with it. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Curry against Schroeder. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Thunder leading by 11. The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Jones is out there with Looney, and it's Iguodala in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. That one misses. Schroeder against Curry. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Thunder shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Schroeder against Curry. The layup off target. Thompson outside. He kicks it to Iguodala. Outside, Jones. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. Durant's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And then for Oklahoma City, Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And Terrence Ferguson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Durant. Knocked away. Paul George with the steal. Lets the 3 fly. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Warriors trail by 11. Outside Curry. Passes it to Durant. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
He misses the free throw. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
He hits the second from the line.
It is easy to get lost in the well-rounded offensive game of Klay Thompson, but let's remember, this guy is an elite defender. Quick feet, great athleticism and length. Boy, what a player.
Now here's Schroeder. Here's Grant. The feed now to Adams. And here's George for 3. And Durant sends it back. There's the 3. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
He hits one in the first half, another here. Not prolific, but the defense has to keep an eye on him.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Adams on the follow.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
George against Durant. He dishes it to Jones, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, back-to-back titles for the Golden State Warriors since the arrival of Kevin Durant. You think about the Western Conference Finals a year ago, the Rockets gave them a run for their money, but no one able to impede the progress of this championship procession.
And that one falls for Jones. And through last season, the Warriors boasting the most wins of any team, Doris, over a 5-year span in NBA history.
They are simply shattering records for wins left and right, and if they keep this core together, there's no sign that this is going to slow down anytime soon. When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Now here's Durant. Left side Curry. Thompson outside. Takes the turnaround J, and again it's the Warriors missing. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
And the Warriors with possession here, following the score by Oklahoma City. He gets it in there.
Klay Thompson's so adept at using the pick and roll to his advantage. Takes what the defense gives him.
Schroeder kicks to Ferguson. It's George on the wing. Here's Ferguson. Left side, George. Over Durant. A nice shot by George. And the Thunder lead by 10.
Well, Paul George has always had that aspect to his game. The mid-range where he can be efficient and effective is absolutely on point.
Now here's Curry. Dishes it to Durant. Durant drawing the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Looney passes to Curry. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Pass to Looney. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Kev, there's so much to Steph Curry's greatness. He runs the pick and roll to perfection.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. Now the pass to Ferguson. George with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And the three ball is good. 11 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Pass to Jones. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Outside, George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Durant against George. They double-team Curry. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them. Since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Now here's Thompson, guarded closer. Outside, Jones. Kicks it to Durant. And there's the foul. That's on Steven Adams. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors.
That's his third versus the team's fourth. Checking in for your Warriors, Draymond Green.
Curry against Schroeder. Curry finds Thompson. Back to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. From downtown, and he's good on the three ball. Curry's got 9 points now in just the second half.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Grant gets a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Outside Curry. Back to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Now just a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Durant against George. The dish to Grant. Tries a three. Warriors with the rebound. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Curry has it in the corner. No good with the triple. The Thunder leading by 5. And here's George. Grant, right side. And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Outside Durant. Curry against Schroeder. Now here's Durant. He's guarded closely.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Here's Ferguson. Passes it to Schroeder. Here's the lob to Adams. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, I love watching Green take it all the way to the rack with his size and speed. He puts a ton of pressure on the defense to foul him.
Draymond Green obviously gives you a lot of things, Doris, but what really jumps out on the stat sheet are the assists he picks up.
I think Draymond Green would tell you that it's helpful to have terrific scorers around you, but what this young guy does have is incredible vision, an unselfish and focused mindset. Draymond Green is an asset to any organization. When you think about the 2 consecutive first-round playoff exits for the Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a franchise that had made it to the conference finals in 4 out of the previous 6 seasons. So not the kind of deep run they're accustomed to.
And the Thunder making a change here. Westbrook's checked in.
Well, you love just the versatility of Draymond Green's game. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and we know he's one of the elite defenders in the NBA.
Now, here is George. And Adams kicks to Ferguson. They get it again. Outside for George. Over Durant. And there's Paul George on the assist by Adams. 14 points for George.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And the Thunder struggling to break through in the West. Doris, are they going in the wrong direction?
Well, certainly they've lost their fair share of star players. And you wonder, do rival executives start to think they may need to trade Westbrook and start from square one?
So it's the Thunder now, following the shot by Kevin Durant. And Jones sends it back. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Curry. Second shot opportunity. Ferguson misses. Warriors trail by 8. 9 feet out. No good from Durant. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
On the wing, Thompson. To the inside. Here's Jones. And Adams sends it back. To the middle. The shot. No good. Nice D from Durant. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Tipped away. There's the feed to Jones. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Jones has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's a big payoff for crashing the offensive boards. Go to work.
Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to Adams. Back to Westbrook. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Thunder lead by 10.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Oklahoma City.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And after dropping game one in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Paul George.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Thompson passes to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Boy, you like how Draymond Green went right through the defense there. He doesn't let the physicality impede his progress.
Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. On the wing, George. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.